Sitting here chilling, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Ash, Bodio Sebastian, aka Bodio Sebastian, back at you again. Hey, we're gonna do a little live, not live feed. We're gonna do art lesson today. Um, really, today I want some feedback from subscribers from the fam. I'm gonna need some feedback from y'all today because I'm kind of new to this. I am new to this, just getting this thing here started. Um, and so I want to know, what do y'all want to draw? Me personally, just to give you a little background about myself, I am a spiritual metaphysics type, metaphysics occultist. Um, I do believe in the healing powers of going within yourself to figure out life. Now, I had a lot of people to sit up here and say, man, you need to try Jesus. You need to try. Well, I do try Jesus. I do. Um, and I tell you, being an occultist, a metaphysics, or whatever you want to put the label on it, it's all about spirituality. I've lived long enough. I've lived long enough, and have been through enough in life to know that there are more things out there. It's more than just what you feel, see, touch, and taste in your five senses. It's way more shit out there that you can't explain. I give you an example. So a few weeks ago, my grandmother died. My grandma was a cornerstone and matriarch of our family. I had a lot of love. I have a lot of love for my grandmother. I talk about my grandmother all the time and have talked about it while she was living. I talked about her a lot. She's been through a lot. She's accomplished a lot in her life, and but she passed away a few weeks ago. And I, to be honest with you, I'm still in the state of disbelief that she's gone. I really am. I found myself waking up last night. As a matter of fact, early this morning, brother. It was about 3:30 this morning. I woke up out my sleep and I was like, damn, I ain't talked to my grandmama. And something said, and it dawned on me, but it's like I still can't believe that she's gone. I really can't believe that she's gone. I really can't. But what I was back to what I was saying though, for the example, I came home that Monday. We buried her that Sunday. I came back home Monday, right? And so I got home. I came in the house before everybody. I unlocked the door, make sure wasn't nobody in the house, make sure everything was everything. And I walked out the back door, and it's a big oak tree in my backyard back there. It's a big oak tree back there. And something just was calling me to it, like, come here. It just, I felt a come here type, you know what I'm saying, feeling. So I walked over to the tree and I put my back against the tree. And when I put my back against the tree, the wind picked up, like suddenly. Now, the guy who stays across the street up on the hill up there, he has horses back there. And he has a stable of horses back there. And they usually come to the side of the fence, and you can always see them. They're real pretty horses. And I was out there, man, when that wind blowed, the feeling that I got, I just broke down. Like I broke down. Now I wasn't out there loud, I wasn't out there loud crying, but I broke down. I broke down. I really did. I broke down. It really did something to me, the feeling. Like I felt my grandmother come to me. I felt her presence. And I just could do nothing but just look up in the sky, and you could see all the limbs, because there's a lot of oak trees back there in the woods and stuff, but you could see all the limbs. It was like they was bowing or something. It was real intense. And the feeling is a feeling that I really can't explain. But in the midst of all of that, there's two horses that the man got over there, they let out a, yeah, they like, it was like they understood. They felt what was coming out of me. They felt what I was releasing. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment ever in my life. And we just moved in this house not too long ago. But that's something that I would never forget ever in my life again. And I go to that tree. I find myself going out to that tree pretty much on a daily basis when I'm out there gardening or whatever, turning over soil, my compost or whatever for my garden. I find myself, I go out there a lot. I like that. I've established a relationship. I know it sounds crazy, but I've established a relationship with that tree. It's almost as if we can communicate. Ain't almost. We do communicate. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but you're gonna hear a lot of crazy shit on this channel right here. You're gonna hear a lot of crazy shit. But even though it's crazy shit, it's real shit. It's shit that happened. It exists. I mean, I don't do no hard drugs or nothing to make me. But now I do want to do some shrooms. I do want to do them, and I'm gonna do some shrooms one day. But I don't do nothing that make me hallucinate or act crazy or alter ego or any of that shit. I don't do nothing that'll do that. I don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, most you'll see me do is drink me a Heineken or something like that. Drink me a beer. That's about it. Um, but yeah, man, I just want to come on here and holler at y'all, let you know that um, we got a lot of good shit that's about to pop off this year, 2023. Now we're gonna start this out maybe next week. It's going more than likely. I got a lot going on. We got a clothing brand that we actually marketing now. It's actually a metaphysical jewelry, and that's what we call it, meta-spiritual clothing. So be on the lookout for that merch. We do things in small batches because we have to do a lot as far as what it comes to. I mean, the number of your stitches. You ever hear a person say, man, it's my lucky shirt, or these my lucky drawers, or these my lucky socks? Well, it's lucky for one, they spoke that over that piece of clothing, that this is my lucky whatever. That's the most important part, is that they spoke those words over those pieces in their mind. This is a lucky piece or whatever. So that's the first thing, that what you say and what you think. They spoke that. But why is that certain things lucky? It could be anything. It could be a design. It could be the symmetry of what you got. It could be maybe a Grabavoid numbers that you got numbers on it. That's just the way the serial number went or whatnot. But it's a Grabavoid number. It could be a certain color that you wear that draws a certain energy to you. It could be a number of things. I mean, it could really be a number of things. But our clothing brand, we actually specialize and we key in on these things. So be on the lookout for that. And the one thing I love about this clothing brand, this clothing line that we come out with, it's gonna be a lot of different what they call them when you got a clothing line. Damn. You know what I'm talking about. When you got a clothing line, it say what they call it? Y'all, key in, y'all talk to me, help me out here, help me out. Um, a collection. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of collections. So you might have what I got coming out, working on right now as we speak. It's called the Bodio Sebastian. That's my nickname. Bodio was a lucky nickname that I had from a kid, and so it's a real innocent and a kid energy that I use, that I channel when I do things. So when you see Bodio Sebastian, that's it's one of the key words that I key in on that falls upon this when your pieces are being designed. Now, however, just because we got things, that's one thing about our brand. If you see it, buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I don't care if you got to overdraft your account, whatever. If you like it, you see it, buy it. Because once it's gone, it's gone. And like I said, I challenge the designers here. I'm the main designer myself, but we don't do that. If we got something, a certain item, and it sells out, it's gone. I'm sorry, it's gone. Now, sometimes I'll keep one or two pieces. Every now and again, I'll keep two or three pieces. And, if it is, it is. Just like artwork. When I do my couch visits, we're going to call it the couch visit, where we sit on the couch and we just have discussions. I ask questions because I like feedback. This is a two-way street here. We a family. We a cult. Don't shy away from that word cult. When you hear the word cult, this ain't no Jim Jones shit or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So don't shy away from the word cult. Just like ritual. Ritual just means to do something over and over. So And the more you do something over and over as far as a ritual, the more power and the more concentration that you put in it, the higher the vibration of it when you do it. Prayer is a prime example of a ritual. You do it daily, or multiple times a day, or whatever, however you do that, so that's considered a ritual. So you'll see that, and you'll see that, we're very spiritual here, very spiritual. And we gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge, a lot of fun. But my biggest thing that I like to do, or I like to portray, or to push off it, or my agenda. My biggest part of my agenda is to show the youth, to show our youth that, hey, you don't have to sell your soul in rap. You don't have to be a slave and throw a football or basketball. Not saying any of that is wrong or any of that. I'm not saying it at all. It's fine if that's your passion and what you do. That's cool. But I want to show that, hey, you don't have to do that to chase your passion and to make six figures or to make money, to be successful. If that's what you want to say. You don't. Nobody knows my name like that. It's not a lot of people that know my name like that. They don't. But you know what? I live a decent life, though. I live a good life. Yeah, shit went to. I live a good life. I live a damn good life. I really, really do. I live a good life. I accomplish a lot. Most of my goals, all of my goals, I set out for. But we do. But I ain't gonna hold y'all tonight. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, though. I'm just kind of giving you a synopsis and an overview of what to expect. Yeah, it's an art channel. It's a design channel. It's a creativity channel. But from time to time, I'm going to take you out in my yard. I'm going to show you some of my vegetables. One thing my grandmother used to love to do is to farm and garden. And she passed a lot of that off to me. That's one of my passions. I love to farm. I love to garden. I love plants. I love trees. I love flowers. I love that. So, I'm going to be giving y'all some insight. I'll be showing y'all some things. I might pick some things out the garden, come in the kitchen, and cook some things up, show you some healthy living. We're going to do a lot of paint and sips, a lot of, drawing, a lot of art, and family. Y'all, I really do. I ask you, you know what I'm saying? I inspire you. I want to inspire you, and it's a family thing, it's a family thing. So I make sure I keep, bad words and different things to a minimum because I encourage you to bring your children in a lot of to come in. Now we do paint and sips. That's grown folk stuff. That's all grown folk, It is what it is. But it's going to be a lot of classes where I ask you, hey, I encourage you to bring your kids in. Let's make this a family affair, make it a family affair. Bring your kids in, they're very inquisitive. They do a lot. I learn a lot from my little 6-year-old daughter, man, for real. But I'm definitely going to encourage that. I definitely want to see y'all in the future, y'all to come into my world, come into my life, and we're going to be a family. Peace.